As Trump's barrage of executive orders and vows to grab multiple foreign countries continue to reach new lows, it is worth noting that while he's playing with his magic marker, signing meaningless orders on ending the penny and naming himself the chief curator of entertainment at the Kennedy Center in Washington and proclaiming Gulf of America Day, while also trying to rewrite history by punishing any government or law enforcement official involved in investigating his attempt to overthrow the government, there is a massive MAGA grift going on while much of America is distracted. This while the price of basically everything keeps rising. Remember, Trump mainly won on the economy, right? He won on the groceries.
I won on two things, the border and more than immigration. You know, they like to say immigration. I break it down more to the border, but I won on the border and I won on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, you know, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries, and I won an election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down.
I think he genuinely thinks he invented the word groceries. Okay, that was then. Yet in the week since his inauguration, we have seen the groceries and all the other prices increasing almost across the board. According to a data assembly index, Meal Solutions, the meal services for ready-to-eat options are up 4.4%, baking items up 2.8%, candy, gum 6.2%, grain, beans, and pasta up 2.2%. Egg prices, which we are making a point to track here on the show, are now more expensive than at any point in the last decade. It's gotten to the point where even Fox is asking him about it, and he's going to have to do better than giving total non sequiturs if and when they keep it up.
So if all goes to plan, when do you think families will be able to feel prices going down, groceries, energy, or are you kind of saying to them, hang on, inflation may get worse until it gets better?
No, I think we're going to become a rich. Look, we're not that rich right now. We owe $36 trillion. That's because we let all these nations take advantage of us. Same thing, like $200 billion with Canada. We owe $300. We have a deficit with Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen.
Joining me now is Ron Insana, CNBC senior analyst and CEO of iFi.ai. Ron, let me just put this chart up here. Eggs up 78.6 points. Baby formula is up. Candy, gum, meal solutions, beverages, everything is more expensive. Why?
Well, we still have a sticky inflation problem from the last many years, Joy. Now, eggs in particular, I mean, you can't blame President Biden, and quite frankly, you can't blame President Trump. We have culled 140 million chickens since the bird flu outbreak started in 2022. So this is where things get kind of sticky. In explaining inflation, some of it comes as a result of the pandemic and the working through that we had to go, the disruption of supply chains. Some has to do with the Fed being maybe overly stimulative, the government spending a lot of money. And so prices, generally speaking, are about 20% above where they were in 2019. But to date, this president has not kept his promise to lower prices in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, if he imposes tariffs, as has been discussed and now implemented, that could raise the price even further of consumer goods, anything from houses to cars to aluminum foil, now that we have tariffs on steel and aluminum that were signed into executive order today.
Right, and we know that China, somebody's trying to call you, that China has imposed reverse tariffs back on us. So now we're in a little mini tariff war with China. He did back down after getting literally nothing in return from, from Canada and Mexico. So he did back down on that. But if tariffs are not going to help bring down the cost of things, let's talk about mass immigration or, getting people out of the country, right? He wants to mass deportation. Does that lower the price of groceries?
It doesn't really lower the price of anything. In fact, it would probably raise the price of labor insofar as we already have a very low birth rate. We have 10,000 people turning 65 every day and will until 2030. So people are both aging out of the labor force and not coming in as quickly as we had hoped. Immigration has actually improved the size of the labor force over the last several years and held wage inflation in check, kept the labor force relatively healthy, and has been a damper on inflation to a certain degree. So no, that wouldn't help. If we saw 8 to 20 million immigrants, whether they're documented or undocumented, removed from the United States, that would have a severe impact on the size of the labor force and would exacerbate inflationary pressures in the U.S. economy.